Hello viewers, how are you all? If you love rare coins, hidden stories, and fascinating history, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Because today we are going to reveal the story of a coin that's not just made of metal, but carries a piece of American history within it. The coin you see with a beautiful building engraved on it is actually the famous Jefferson nickel from the United States. And that building is Monticello, the personal home of America's third president, Thomas Jefferson. The story of the Jefferson nickel began in 1938, when the U.S. government decided to replace the old Buffalo nickel. To find a new design, a national competition was announced, and it was won by an artist named Felix Schlag. His design was simple yet elegant, perfectly capturing the dignity of Jefferson and the spirit of the nation. On the front of the coin, he placed Jefferson's portrait, and on the back, he illustrated Monticello, Jefferson's own home in Virginia. Monticello was not just a residence. It symbolized Jefferson's vision, intellect, and contribution to the making of America. The first Jefferson nickel was officially issued in 1938 and has remained one of the most recognized and enduring coins in American currency. But during World War II, the metal used for these coins had to be changed, since nickel was needed for military equipment. So, during that period, special wartime nickels were minted using a mix of copper and silver, making those versions extremely valuable among collectors today. Over the years, the Jefferson nickel went through several design updates. Yet the image of Monticello has always remained at its heart. Each line and curve of that building carved into the coin reminds people of Jefferson's legacy and the ideals he stood for: freedom, progress, and unity. Even today, when someone holds a Jefferson nickel, they are not just holding 5 cents. They're holding a living fragment of history that connects the present to the founding spirit of America. So, friends, this was the story of the Jefferson nickel, a symbol of leadership, legacy, and nationhood. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us which coin story you'd like to hear next. Until then, keep collecting history, because every coin has a story waiting to be told. Before we dive into today's amazing story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon, because every coin hides a story, and every story brings history back to life. Now let's begin. In my hands, you see a coin that carries the weight of time, memory, and courage, and a silent witness to one of the most remarkable chapters in Chinese history. This coin commemorates the 20th anniversary of the Battle of the Lugu Bridge, also known as the Marco Polo Bridge Incident, which took place on July 7, 1937. This wasn't just an ordinary battle. It was the spark that ignited the Second Sino-Japanese War, a conflict that changed the destiny of an entire nation. The bridge engraved on this coin, the Lugu Bridge, still stands near Beijing, ancient and unshaken, built of stone arches dating back to the 12th century. It is famous not only for its beauty, but for being the stage of the clash that awakened China's resistance. On that fateful summer night in 1937, gunfire echoed across the quiet riverbanks. What started as a minor exchange between Japanese and Chinese troops soon grew into a full-scale war, lasting 8 long years and becoming part of the greater storm of World War II. The coin you see was minted in 1957, 20 years after that historic event. It was not just made of metal, but of remembrance, a tribute to the bravery of soldiers who stood on that bridge, defending their homeland against overwhelming odds. On its surface, you can see the bridge surrounded by trees, peaceful yet powerful, symbolizing both struggle and endurance. The inscription reads, 20th anniversary of the Battle of Lugu Bridge, 1937-1957. Each letter, each curve of the engraving, carries a story of resilience, pain, and pride. Imagine the people of that era, those who had seen their cities fall, their families separated, and yet 20 years later, they looked at this coin and remembered that courage had not died. The bridge was not just stone anymore. It had become a symbol of unity, strength, and national rebirth. This coin wasn't common currency used in daily trade. It was a commemorative piece, a token of honor, often given or preserved to celebrate history and inspire future generations. Its edges tell of craftsmanship and care, showing the high artistry of mid-20th century Chinese minting. As time passed, collectors across The world came to value it not just for its rarity, but for what it represents. Every time someone holds this coin, it's like holding a fragment of history, the echo of a nation's heartbeat that refused to fade. So the next time you come across an old coin like this, don't just see metal, see memory. Don't just see design, see destiny. Because somewhere within that small circle of bronze or silver lies the story of those who lived, fought, and dreamed for a better tomorrow. Before we dive into this fascinating story, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an amazing coin history like this one. Now let's begin. In 1932, the United States introduced a brand new coin as the Washington quarter, created to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design was crafted by John Flanagan, who based Washington's portrait on a famous bust sculpted by Jean-Antoine Houdon. These early quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving them that beautiful shine collectors still admire today. They were minted in 3 major locations: Philadelphia without a mint mark, Denver with a D, and San Francisco with an S, each carrying its own subtle touch of history. As time passed, things began to change. By 1965, the rising price of silver forced the U.S. Mint to alter the quarter's composition. The silver was replaced with a copper-nickel blend. Outer layers, made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, fused to a pure copper core. Despite this change, Washington's proud profile remained on the front, nearly untouched for decades, a symbol of stability and national pride. Then came 1999, the year that transformed the face of American coinage forever. The State Quarters program was launched, celebrating every U.S. state with its own unique reverse design. These coins told stories of culture, innovation, and heritage, from California's golden history to New York's Statue of Liberty. The program didn't just create new coins, it reignited the nation's love for collecting and turned millions of Americans into coin enthusiasts. But the journey didn't stop there. From 2010 to 2021, the America the Beautiful quarters continued that legacy, featuring national parks and historic landmarks from every state and territory. Each design became a tiny piece of American storytelling, a bridge between art, history, and geography, while Washington's timeless image still stood proudly on the obverse side. Today, collectors cherish special editions, proof and uncirculated sets that shine like mirrors, silver-proof versions that bring back the elegance of the original silver composition, and even rare error, coins with double strikes or off-center designs. That can be worth a fortune. From its birth in 1932 to the stunning collector's editions of today, the Washington quarter has not only carried value in currency but also in culture, memory, and pride. A simple coin, yet a powerful reminder of how history lives in the smallest details of our everyday lives. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon, because today we're diving into one of America's most iconic coins, the Kennedy $50. This coin carries not just metal, but the memory of a nation's heartbreak and hope. It was first introduced in 1964, only months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy in November 1963. The entire nation was in shock, and people wanted a way to honor their fallen leader. In response to this powerful emotion, Congress quickly approved the idea of redesigning the $50 to carry Kennedy's image, replacing the old Franklin $50. The U.S. Mint moved fast. Chief engraver Gilroy Roberts created a graceful left-facing portrait of Kennedy for the obverse side, capturing his strength and calm spirit. Beneath his portrait are the words, "In God We Trust," and the year 1997, marking the coin's issue. On the reverse, designer Frank Gasparo placed the presidential seal, a proud eagle holding arrows and an olive branch, representing both strength and peace. Around it, the inscriptions United States of America and $50 remind everyone of Kennedy's national legacy. The 1997 edition was minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark, and in Denver with a small dash. While most coins were made from a copper-nickel blend for circulation, collectors could also find special proof versions struck in 90% silver, shining tributes to Kennedy's enduring influence. Each coin measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter and weighs 11.34 grams, solid, dignified, and lasting. Although the 1997 Kennedy half-dollar isn't considered rare, its silver and proof editions are highly valued by collectors. The better the condition, the higher its worth, with pristine mint state or proof coins, drawing particular interest. But beyond monetary value, this coin holds emotional worth. It's a tangible reminder of a leader who inspired millions and a symbol of a time when America united in grief and resilience. Even today, the Kennedy half-dollar stands as one of the most beloved U.S. coins. It represents not only a chapter of history, but also the enduring spirit of hope and remembrance. From uncirculated pieces to shimmering silver proofs and even gold commemoratives, the legacy of John F. Kennedy continues to live on, one coin at a time.